Um,
That's fucked up.
we starting right now.
That one my kid.
Go
Yeah,
ahead,
man,
Elder.
right on time. Yeah.
Hey, I nah. Oh, Slocky.
What?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, we starting right now. Go ahead, Elder.
All right, okay. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Yakakadash.
Hashem
the apostle is a great millstone. And salutations to you, Sister Akim, which is words of truth and charity. Article right here, Amazon Go. I'm going to read a little bit of it, well, scriptures. Of course, the revelation will come out, Revelation 13. But, well, scripture, brothers. This is from Chicago Tribune. Y'all hear me, right? Okay. The website, Chicago Tribune, is entitled Just Walk Out Shopping. Amazon Go opens first Chicago location convenience store. And that's how they're gonna push that chip through convenience, man. You ain't you got to stand in a long line, deal with people. All right. And then you just grab your things and walk out. And they'll track whatever you bought and deduct it out of your account, your chip. This is what Esau wants to bring, man. And it's according to scriptures too. So he's just doing the will of Yahweh by shooting out anyway, man. All right. It says, read a little bit of this article. It says, jump down. It says Amazon cashier list stores are designed to spare time crunch shoppers from waiting in the checkout line. All right. It says, but when Chicago's first Amazon Go store opened Monday morning, I believe you might be visiting. When it came out is September 17th this year. It says most shoppers were taking their time to browse, select, and go food items and get used to the idea of picking up their purchases and leaving without formally paying. Let me jump down. Let me see. Okay, it says customers must scan an app on their smartphone. This telling you how it works. Customers must scan an app on their smartphone on the way in to let the store know they've arrived. Cameras and other sensors track shoppers as they browse and add items to a virtual cart as customers take them off shelves. Amazon automatically charges customers account when they leave. A sign on the wall calls it "Just Walk Out Shopping." This is how the chip is going to be, man. All right. When you get in that planet, wherever, in your body, All right. But go to the store, get your items and walk out. It'll be deducted. Wherever you got out of that store, it's going to be deducted, pretty much. That's how the chip is going to work. So, it's just one step closer to the RFID chip, which Esau Edom is going to eventually make it mandatory for everybody to take it. Like it says, he calls all both small and great to receive the microchip. That's how Esau is pushing that to have control. And for you Israelites who take that chip, according to Revelation 14, both sides are going to destroy all Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Both sides, Yahweh Shem Al-Shah told us not to take that chip, So,
We're going to Revelation 13. What we going to read?
I'll grab it.
Okay.
Revelation 13.
And then last year, in Wisconsin, they just saying that he's your God, so-called white man.
Right, we serve a jealous God. We serve a jealous God, and he don't play that.
You have a Hebrew slave, Exodus 21 and 1.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And was it he bore? What is Sam Exodus like? He pretty much bore him, something like that.
Come, bore a hole in his ear. Come with an awl.
Yeah.
Come, and then he shall serve him forever. Come.
Yep. That's what that chip is gonna be. That gives him total control of everything, man. He can cut the chip off. He can kill you with the chip.
Come. Yeah, one press of a button.
White man thinks he God anyway. That's will make him feel like he's God, man. He get you chipped, he had total control,
man. With the chip as well, like the apostles or the brothers were going out and showing the different, like the soldiers and stuff that came by the camp, they had the chips in their head and shit. So I used to be in the army, and what they do is with that chip is basically the reason they putting so many of those chips inside the soldiers is because they had a big problem with soldiers going AWOL. And for those that don't know what AWOL is basically when a soldier disappears off the map for an undisclosed amount of time. When they disappear off the map, like if they catch you 7 years down the line, guess what? They'll lock you up and they'll still bring you. I've seen Jason, they did that too, and they'll bring them right back to the same duty station that they were at, but if you got that chip in their head, you won't have soldiers going AWOL. And if any soldier basically says anything that's out of line or out of context, what they'll do is just like the elder said, they'll just hit that switch and cut your life source off. Man.
Like I said, go AWOL, just come up missing, disappear. We ain't gonna be able to do that if you had a chip in you, so they can track you.
And they make it seem like it's convenient with these shopping items and these different merchandises, when actually, man, like the elder was saying, that's basically somebody imitating the Most High. That's the 666 in general, because these devils, they basically want to be that holy trinity, and they try to accomplish it through the technology. I got that Revelation 13 and 16 real quick for me. This is Revelation 13 and 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and on their forehead.
To that word mark, the Greek word charagma, which makes that station. All right, a stamp. If you look it up, and they say it's gonna cause it all, both small and great. So that's telling you gonna make this mandatory. Gonna try to force everybody to take it. Like Yahweh Shimmy Al-Shai is not gonna take this chip. They have to be put to death.
That's the only way they're gonna put it in.
Esau been priming the people to take this mark of the beast for a while. That's why he got all types of iPay stations, where you use your cell phone to pay for your stuff. And Esau is the master of making things gradual, basically slowly burning the frog. Slowly boiling the frog,
Right. This is Job 14 and 4. It says,
devil's a witch, man. Witchcraft. Convenient or this convenient. That's them using witchcraft, man.
And that witchcraft is
that was one of the first lies that came over here. When they first came over here, they was talking about they came over here to give people a better way of life.
Yeah.
Well, no, they came
that
over
was a lie.
So they can live by that Alice Crowley theory, which is basically do as thou wilt, or just do it. They came over here basically so somebody can have a spiritual wickedness are celebrated with the freedom without having to be oppressed and killed. This is Job 14:4. It says, "Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean thing?" And that chip, there's nothing clean about the chip. There's nothing good. You know, they might like they were going through before. You have basically set it up to where different stars and celebrities will start pushing it and make it look like it's a good thing. You know, but the chip in itself is an unclean thing. You know, that's why the Most High would just like what is it? Homosexuals are unclean. Or somebody that does witchcraft, like you said, they're unclean. All right. So they're all abominations.
Yeah.
So basically, there's nothing clean about an abomination. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So the Most High has already established a bound that they can't even pass. But you know, Esau's a habitual line stepper, so he's gonna ramp everything up, and he actually has it set in his head, you know, to get this on and started. You know, it says, "Turn from him that he may rest, till he shall accomplish as an hireling his day." And basically, we just waiting for the Most High to go ahead and accomplish this punishment and let this devil go ahead and try to do what he's going to do. And we just waiting for him to come back and bring it down, because that's prophecy.
God, y'all. Yes, like you said, the bounds cannot pass. Like you said, the Lord has a set date, whatever, you know, according to scriptures, and we ain't gonna bring them down, man. And like you said, you know, him using celebrities as witchcraft, man. You know, it's him using as witchcraft, man. You know, to make it seem like it's good that you take chip. You know,
Is that good like a potato chip? They got it like the Lay's. They gonna make it seem like it's good, like a bag of them greasy ass Lay's potato chip. I bet you can't have just one. Like you said, some soldiers got about 3 or 4 chips in them and stuff, you know, and that that shit is crazy, man. That's over excessive, you know.
Well, basically, they want to be able to select every body part on you if you try to escape.
Yep, just systematically shut you down. Shut your lip, like on I just saw that movie last night or the other night, that Upgrade. You know, it could systematically start shutting you down, you know, by percentage, you know. Oh, you don't want to do this or that. You know, they might be able to threaten you by shutting down your legs or something like that. And basically kind of like that movie Repo Men, where they would come and repossess their rented out organs, you know.
Oh yeah, you mentioned Upgrade. Yeah, like you said, in Upgrade, he couldn't even. He got in an accident. He couldn't walk. He got that chip. He could walk again. You know, do other things. But when he shut the chip off, like I said, the scene when he shut the chip off, he was crawling. I think he's in the building. He was crawling. So he couldn't walk before.
And what happened at the end, not to be a spoiler, but that technology, you know, he's to the point where he think he got a good grasp on this technology and you know, they think they're actually in a good condition with those different devices that they have. But they also set aside the Most High, put it on their spirit, because those very devices that they have are going to be their very downfall, excuse me. You know?
Hey, Ari, I got a precept for you.
Go ahead, bro.
I got a precept for what you just said. This is the book of Job 5:12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
Yep, I just read that before we came on the live stream. That's the spirit, brother.
Yeah.
That, you know, that the Most High is going to disappoint that enterprise that they have. You know, they think that they're going to get it started and it's going to be fully up and running. And, you know, just like on, what was that movie, Kingsman, with Samuel L. Jackson and them, they were toasting and shit. You know, they were celebrating, and all of them had chip in the base of their neck. You know, so when you press the button, their head would explode and shit. They was all in there toasting, and they thought everything was everything, and they was celebrating and shit, the elites were. And then, you know, he messed around and pressed that button, and all of their heads started popping off and shit in the room.
I got a precept for y'all. This is Isaiah.
Satan is child of the Most High, man. Lord got them demons lying to him, thinking he's gonna be successful. What he's gonna bring? The Lord got this man deceived, man.
Fine. I got a precept for y'all. This is Isaiah chapter 8, verse 10. Take counsel together, and it shall come to naught. Speak the word, and it shall not stand. For the power is with us. For Yahweh spake thus unto me, a strong hand, and instructed me that I should not walk in the way of the people. Saying, but then it goes into saying, say ye not a confederacy to all them to whom this people shall say, a confederacy, neither fear ye their fear, nor be afraid. Sanctify Yahweh of hosts himself, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread. Because all the things that basically the people of this world, one, they fear death, and then they want everything to be easy. So, Heavenly Father said that this confederacy, this council that they're taking together is not going to stand. But the people of the world don't believe that. And then once they start getting chipped, and Esau gonna have them under the threat of death. Well, actually, Esau gonna have everybody under the threat of death. People is gonna do anything they can just to live a little longer, not knowing that you're gonna die anyway.
I got a precept. Just Israel was when they was first led out of Egypt, Exodus 14 and 11, and they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, thou hast taken us away to die in the wilderness. Wherefore thou hast dealt with us and carried us out of Egypt. Is not the word that did tell thee in Egypt, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians, for it has been better for us to serve the Egyptians than we should die in the wilderness. And many people going to take this RFID microchip so they can eat.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
what did it say?
And many more people.
Man's got to eat. Man's got to eat. That's the excuse right there.
And they also going to first start taking it because they're going to receive them benefits. Seeing that goddamn bridge card, that them food stamps, that Social Security shit, because they're going to put it out on them first. You're going to receive the benefits if you accept this RFID microchip.
Oh, yeah, that's going to send the so-called black woman into a motherfucking hysteria.
They're going to be running straight to the welfare office to grab that chip, to get it.
This is
that's going to be the iPhone. It's going to probably be the iPhone 11.
Isaiah chapter 30, starting at 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust of the shadow of Egypt your confusion. And that's basically exactly what you're talking about. They're gonna trust in Egypt, or trust in the shadow of Egypt, which is America. They're gonna trust the government of Esau.
Right.
And I got another precept because we on the hedges and the highways telling you not to accept it. The RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. But in Numbers 11 and 4, the mixed multitude among them fell lusting, and the children of Israel wept again and said, who shall give us flesh to eat? We remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely, cucumbers, and the leek.
You're gonna take right here. Oh man, damn man, that fish was delicious, brother. It was tender. Shit was coming off the motherfucking bone, and you could taste the smoky flavor. You know, Jake get descriptive, man.
Right,
I'm
man.
sorry,
Like
go ahead,
Jake could be like, why can't I have another deep sea devil from Checkers, man?
That's a big another 2 for 3. Brother.
Man,
You know?
GMO.
God.
3 for 5.
Yeah, that 3 for 5. Hey, that Big Buford is a motherfucker, man. They don't know what to do without it, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nina.
But in these times, it's gonna be better that you not accept that chip and just be without it. You know, if you so happen that you have to and not eat, just do it.
God.
You know, your reward is better on the other side than on this side.
God.
You got some more?
A little bit more. Our soul is dried away, and there's nothing at all. I ain't gonna finish off on that because it's talking about the manna that the Most High gave them. Because when they wasn't eating, talking about when the Most High had brought us here to die, the Most High gave them manna.
Right.
Ain't your food. You know,
right.
you can't worry about what you're going to eat when these times come, when these evil times come. The scripture said the Most High fed the birds. They neither weep nor sow, but yet He took care of them. You know, you got to have some faith. You know, the Most High take care of you also. God.
Go ahead, Dua, brother. You said you had to say something, brother?
I was just gonna say something real quick because of the land back and after over right now. Because if our people, man, if they was into the scriptures like we was, they would follow after that. You know, take no thought of what you should eat or what you should wear and things of that nature. Because you know Yahweh Shem Shai got your back, but this nigga love they white daddy. Niggas love they white daddy Esau so much they gonna rely on him to give them everything. These niggas, man.
Right. And then see these niggas don't comprehend that. No, he was talking the other day, me and a brother, and we were just talking basically about the benefits of the Lord, man. Everybody's so worried about the benefits of this devil. You know, they like pacing to and forth trying to figure out what they're going to do. You know, while we trying to keep up with the benefits of the Lord, because basically those are the benefits that's going to get you through those hard times when nobody's able to eat food. You know, where look, we went to a truck the other day. It's our truck to give out fruits and vegetables and stuff and little free items and stuff. And we just standing there, man. And, you know, mind you, all of this stuff is free. And it's a lot of Issacharites up there, a lot of Jakes, you know what I'm saying? Some free stuff. Let's take it, you know? Let's get it, you know? And they had it organized because this was in the hood. And they got it organized to where everybody gets a number. They go and check in with this Edomite woman. Everybody gets a number. And they call you by your number. And the way they had it set up was everybody that received, like the lady actually came a couple of numbers before us. You know, we was all the way in the hundreds, mind you. Long story short, she got so disappointed. Well, Mark, you tell them what happened because you sitting right there when it happened.
What story are you talking about?
That black demon talking about at the truck the other day.
Oh,
talking about getting her
at the pantry truck. Yeah, this black demon woman. So the other day.
No, he's on the line right now, but I'm about to switch back to him. You could join into the link.
It didn't work. You said the call ended.
Okay, I'll send it again.
Okay, Dora.
All right, come.
Well, go ahead, Mark. Say that again.
At this pantry. Now, mind you, everybody Mind you, everybody is getting free
Detroit,
food, right? So
back to him.
basically, the black demon bitch basically said, you know, because she was close to the end of the line because she came close to last, right? So what she ended up doing, Shalom, how about Shemi Al Shai, Bashim Kakodash Brakta.
Yeah, Bashim Al Shai, Bashim Kakodash Brakatam.
So what the black demon woman ended up saying, because you know all these people was ahead of her, she was like, she don't need this food anyway. And then she went onto a little rant about that. And then she was like, because she was mad that she was waiting so long, being that she came last, she's like, I need to go home and get my gun. I don't got time for this. And it's like, bitch, you getting all this for free. Why ain't you waiting? You know? So, and that's gonna be the spirit of Jake during these horrible times as well, because they ain't gonna want to wait to eat when the Mark of the Beast come out. Like all I got to do is take this chip, and then I can go buy something to eat. What am I waiting for? You know, because the black bitch had no patience.
Can I grab a scripture for you? And this is the spirit that Jake is in, and that Jake is gonna be in. You know, during that time. And pretty much, when the Lord was delivering the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, you had a bunch of niggas that was amongst them, man. Just how you got a bunch of niggas that are amongst us today, man. And death to that nigga spirit, man. All right, because all of them, you jakes that are out there that are in that spirit, you're gonna be in you're gonna take the chip. You know, you're not in the spirit of being patient. And the scripture said, "In your patience possess your soul." So this is the book of Numbers 11:4. It says, "In the mixed multitude that was among them fell a lusting, and the children of Israel also wept again, and said, Who shall give us flesh to eat? We remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely, the cucumbers, the melons, and the leeks, and the onions, and the garlic." You know, so niggas is gonna say, "Man, I remember the po' boy sandwiches I was able to eat. All right, the ramen noodles. All right, the which is high in sodium. You know, the Popeye's chicken. All right, and a lot of them Popeye's chicken, man, they don't meet the grade of the FDA approval, man. Just like the one here in Detroit where the woman went around filming and it went national. She was feeling how nasty and disgusting it is, and people gonna want that back. You know, the ability to eat those things, man. Yeah, so niggas is gonna take that chip just so that they can eat some Popeye's chicken, you know, with some maggots.
Yeah, they want that swine, brother. Give them the chicken nuggets. They need the nuggets, dog.
And they need that pork,
that Edomite lady that's going crazy in the drive-thru for some chicken nuggets, man. Cracking the window, acting a fool. I don't know if y'all seen that video. That's just you seen that, man? That demon was acting crazy as fuck in the drive-thru for some McNuggets, man.
Oh, so I thought you were talking about the video of the bitch swerving on the freeway, and the guy called the cops. He like, man, it's a woman that's drunk driving. You know, I'm afraid for her safety and for the safety of others. And it turns out she was just dunking her chicken nuggets, man, swerving all over the road. You can't even you couldn't wait until afterwards.
Right.
And I got another scripture.
They can multitask, brother. They can't even. You can't dip your nuggets and drive. You know, this the thing, man. That's a drug, though. That goes to show you that this shit that they call food is a motherfucking drug. This is witchcraft. It's sorcery, all right? And they got you attached in a spiritual way. Yeah, this is beyond something having nutrients in it. This shit is absence of all nutrients. That's a drug, man. It don't have benefits on your body, only break your body down. Your body got to replace the lack of nutrients that you have by taking it from other sources in your body. That's why these niggas can't see straight, can't hear shit. You know, their mind is corrupted and their pineal gland is calcified. How you eating and you taking these drugs, man?
Esau will have no other way, man. So now you depend on him, man. Like you said, it's a drug. So when you bring it, you're gonna willingly take it.
Con.
All right.
They gotta have it.
Come on, Elder.
It's Revelation 14:8, because I said earlier, this is what happens to the 2/3 of our people, these so-called Negroes, Latino Americans, take this chip, man. Lord said he's gonna destroy you, man. All right, this Revelation 14:8, it says, and there followed another angel, and Babylon is fallen, that great city, which is America. Yeah, man. All right. This Babylon. And the third angel followed, saying with a voice, speak in his image, receive his mark in his forehead on his hand. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the hour, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire, brimstone, in the presence of the Lamb. With the Lamb is Yahweh's child, man. So pretty much, you'll be bathed in the nuclear fire for those out
Con. Yeah, they gonna, and you know that's a slow death too.
I had a precept real quick.
They gonna justify the chip, man. Nah, niggas be, you know, it ain't what goes out your mouth or goes in your mouth, is what comes out. Like they try to justify pork and shit. They gonna try to justify the microchip, man.
Like
You know?
Jake say now, it don't matter what hand it go in. It gotta be. You can put it in any hand. That's the same shit Jake say now. It can be. I got a precept real quick off of that.
Well, you got them saying that it's Christianity. You got them saying that it's everything but what the definition, you know, of the word charagma and the word stigma. All right. The what is the other one in the Hebrew? Kwai. You know, all of the definitions of those three words fits what's known today as the RFID chip. But you got niggas pushing that is Christianity, man. All right, it's madness, and that's them trying to justify receiving the RFID chip. So when that RFID chip does come around and Esau makes it mandatory that they'll be free from guilt, but they're not free from guilt because they're going to receive that judgment that's spoken about in Revelation the 14th chapter.
Because that's just their way of making excuses to justify themselves.
Right. Yeah, that's what happens when you live a lie. You got to justify yourself because everybody else is going to look, they're not going to be convinced, man. All right. Go ahead, Ariaba. You had a scripture, brother?
Yeah, this is Isaiah 22 and 14. And it was revealed in my ears by the Lord Yahweh, by Shemi Al-Shai of hosts. Surely, well, I'm gonna start at verse 13. And behold, joy and gladness, slaying oxen and killing sheep, eating flesh and drinking wine. Let us eat and drink, for tomorrow we shall die. And that's the spirit Jake is in. And they're going to be in that same spirit when the RFID chip comes. They're going to be in that same moment. Oh, let's just eat and drink. We have the moment to eat and drink right now. That's all Jake want to do. They want to eat and drink and party, no matter what cost comes with it. No matter if you take the RFID chip or not, as long as Jake can eat and has food, they don't care.
Right. Jake just care about their comfort.
Yeah. This verse and the RFID chip is gonna be as a comfort unto some of these niggas, man.
Right.
This is verse 14, and and it was revealed in my ears by the Lord Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai of hosts. This iniquity shall not be purged from you till they die, saith the Lord Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai of hosts. So Jake has to die. The Lord Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, has to kill these niggas. The 2/3 of the nation of Israel have to go because the 2/3 gonna take the RFID chip. So the Lord has to destroy them. And the 2/3 that don't and just get mowed down, that's the judgment of the Heavenly Father.
Right.
But y'all got it.
This is a privileged thing to have this word. This is 1 Samuel 1 Samuel 15:22. It says, and Samuel said, hath the Most High as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of Yahweh? It says, behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than, I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on, so like I can.
Then burnt.
And to hearken the fat of rams. It says, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as the iniquity of idolatry. And right now, getting that chip or taking all of these different demonic creations that this devil brings out, it fills you with unclean spirits, man. Like that chip itself, man. When people get that chip, it's not going to be any more rational mind, having on and off rational mind. They're going to be on one mindset, because it's everybody. When you get that chip, you choose your side. All right. And when you choose your side, it's already done and over with. You're going to have it. Remember those old, what was those movies? The little Christian movie with Kirk Cameron called Left Behind and shit. How the people received the chip, and the people that had the chip looked at other people that didn't have the chip as a threat, and they would immediately call the authorities on their asses, man, because they chose their side. All right, right now you got cats that may listen, and then they might choose the world. You know, they're not ready to come into it, or they want to pick and choose what they want to believe, and that they're not going to believe anything that's rational.
Yeah,
All the rationality amongst them is going to fail because they chose their side.
All right, I got precept. This is Judith chapter 8, verse 9. Now when she heard the evil words of the people against the governor, that they fainted for lack of water, for Judith had heard all the words of Ozias had spoken unto them, that they had sworn to deliver the city into the Assyrians after 5 days. Now I read this because it is an example of how Jake is going to be. Jake is going, as soon as Jake going to eat for a couple of hours, Jake is going to faint, and they're going to be ready to give everything to Esau, you know. And in this example, of Judith, they was ready to give it up, and basically Judith rebuked them, because she was actually a woman that feared the Lord. Because I ain't trying to big up no women or nothing, but she was a woman that feared the Lord, and she had to set them straight back in their right minds. It's like jumping down to the 12th verse, and now who are ye that have tempted the power this day, and stand instead of the power among the children of men? And now try the power Almighty, but ye shall never know anything, for ye cannot find the depth of his heart for ye cannot find the depth of the heart of men, neither can ye perceive the things that he thinketh. Now then how can ye search out the power that hath made all things, and know his mind, or comprehend his purpose? Nay, my brethren, provoke not the Lord our power to anger. So basically she was rebuking them like, look, man, if the Lord is going to save us, you know, when you read down, if the Lord is going to save us, he's going to save us. If he's going to kill us, he's going to kill us. But our job is to wait to see what he does.
Trust in the Lord.
Just trust in him. Because this is the test, you know. It's like the brother Anai said earlier, in your patience possess ye your soul. And Jake is not patient. That's why 2/3 of Jake gotta go.
They were fucking. When you read Judah, says like we'll wait 3 days, and if the Lord don't deliver us in 3 days, we're gonna give everything
it was 5 days.
He said, 5 days.
Yeah, if the Lord don't deliver us in 5 days, we go do what this captain of the Assyrians say.
Like, there's no faith.
Like, man, don't tempt the Lord. If the Lord gonna save us, he gonna save us.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, I got a precept. If you don't mind. This is Psalm 94. Psalms 94:7. It says, "Yet they say, Yahweh shall not see, neither shall the Most High Jacob regard it. Understand ye brutish among the people, and ye fools when will ye be wise? Because they think that they have it set up in their own mind. You know, you have a lot of cats too that have it set in their mind that they don't want to do just like their grandfathers and their grandmother did. They want to wait until the 60s and then start serving the Lord. You know, or they think they're gonna be called when they after they do all the wickedness and enjoy some wickedness for a season. You know, it says he that planteth the ears shall he not hear.
Shalom,
Eyes shall he not see.
Shalom.
It says, "He that chasteneth, he that shall he not correct, and he that teacheth man knowledge shall he not know." It says, "The Most High knoweth the thoughts of man that they are vanity." All right. So the vanity that they have stuck in their mind right now, which is just wickedness, all right, or evilness.
Hey, we getting a bad echo, you know, so one of the argument gotta catch your volume.
Oh yeah, yeah. So basically, all of this wickedness that they delight in right now, all right, like it says, they know the thoughts of man that they are vanity. All right, all of these thoughts that they have right now. The Marcus Cousins went to the Warriors. Man, that's vanity. Who gives a fuck, man? All right, you so busy worried about the next team. I hope Michigan, I hope the Wolverines beat the Spartans and all of this silly mess, man. That's your mind right now. All of that shit is really vanity because that's entertainment, man. All right, we continue to be occupied in these prophecies, but we see what's taking place with the Amazon Gold Plus store. I mess with Amazon. I order a lot of stuff offline. But you think I'd be down to just walk up in the store because of convenience to get a chip in my hand so I can grab some shit off the shelf and just walk out? God damn, they already got self-check. What else you want, man? You got the self-checkout at Walmart and different places, man. That ain't enough for you lazy niggas, man. Now I gotta have a chip in my hand so I can get my pork rind, my barbecue flavored pork rinds, and go out the door without being harassed and shit. Maybe Trayvon Martin would have been still alive if he had that chip in his hand, huh? Man, get out of here.
Hey, Salaki, I got a scripture y'all talking about the vein, like the conversation being vain. Psalm chapter 1, verse 1. It says, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doeth he meditate day and night." Yeah, come. Like I said, I'm kind of late. I don't mean, but I got to get in there. Because majority of the people, man, they got a bad conversation, man, and our whole thing is, of course, brothers, like, you know, you might sidetrack, pick some, some bullshit, worldly stuff, but for the most part, our conversation is about the kingdom, man, and getting the fucking money.
I got a precept. Sirach 2 and 10. Look at the generations of old and see did any trust in Yahweh Shem Yahshua confounded, nor did any abide in the spirit was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that called upon? We gotta have faith and hope that Yahweh Shem Yahshua delivers in the evil times. This is the for the Yahweh for compassion and suffering and forgiving of sins and saving the time of affliction.
Hey, you got the T-Pain going,
this
man.
is the biggest affliction ever. You know, when that RFID microchip that come out, when they force you to get it, you can't buy or sell anything with it or without it. You know, this is going to be a major affliction on people's souls because you ain't going to be able to eat unless you have that chip.
That's right.
And the men of Yahweh Shem Yahshua ain't going to that chip.
I got something real quick in Daniel.
Go ahead, brother.
Quick example, like, because the brother brought out the scripture, look at the generation of old, and this is one of those scriptures when you look at the generation of old, because during the time of Nebuchadnezzar, they said. Well, I'll just read it. This is Daniel's Daniel's 3 and verse 11. And whosoever, well, I'll start at 10. And thou, O king, has made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sack, but what's this? Psaltery, and the drummers, and of all kinds of music, shall fall down and worship the golden image. And that's the same thing the so-called white man is doing now with this RFID chip. He's going to come for you, and you're going to have to give up your rights, really, to the so-called white man. You're giving up everything to the so-called white man. You're becoming a slave, like the scriptures say. You're getting hit with that brain.
Giving up your birthright. Esau is always trying to get that birthright back, you know. So what does he do? He made Jake sell their soul, you know. Look at that new Travis Scott album. It's called something World. I don't know. But on the cover of it, it got Travis Scott. It's a gold image of his head, of this nigga's head and shit, you know.
Yeah,
and see that Astro World or something like that. And that's the same album he did that blasphemous video. Stop trying to be God. That nigga shit. Stop trying to be God. You know what I'm saying? So they had that. What are they doing? These artists are idols, man. Yeah. You know, and they all in competition to get some gold. Like you see, Cat Williams recently got an Academy Award and shit. You know, they all trying to get these gold idols, and in return, when they get these gold idols, people worship them as idols, like they made out of gold or something, man.
Mm-hmm.
But all of those artists, you know, they're set up to divert the mind of Jake. You know, that's the reason why you got that word entertainment, which means to divert the mind. You know, they're set up to keep these people in Babylon asleep while the men behind the curtain, you know, perform their different agendas, you know, to set up their new world order, you know, to bring about the mark of the beast. And like you said, the mark of the beast is Esau trying to, you know, to force the covenant on the left-hand side. You know, that's the reason why you got those different miracles that he can do. You know, the elder in Mississippi, the elder Kazak just did a video on that. But then also, one of you out here mentioned, you know, to look at the generation of old. And we learned from, you know, the 7 brothers and the mother in the book of Maccabees that were tempted. All right. They went through a trial period, you know, and were forced to endure suffering and affliction, you know, because they didn't want to eat pork, you know. But this time, you know, the devil is going to try to force you to eat that RFID chip, and not to literally, you know, eat it, but to take it within your body, you know, to put it within your body. And the scripture says in Revelations 3:10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come on all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And when you look up the word temptation, the word there in the Greek is parosmos, and it says an experiment, attempt, trial proving, the trial made of you by my bodily condition, since conditions serve as a test to the love of the Galatians towards Paul. Let me just jump down. It says an enticement to sin, temptation, whether arising from the desires or from the outward circumstances. All right, so these outward circumstances and these conditions that we're going to have to go through is just a trial period to prove our faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Do you really believe that the Lord is going to deliver you? You know, do you trust in the words that you learned through the Holy Spirit from the apostles and elders? All right, do you trust in the words that's within the book? All right, do you really believe that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to perform the words that's spoken within this book? You know, the 7 brothers and the mother did. That's the reason why they spoke, and they were really cussing Antiochus is out, you know, as he was tormenting them, you know, saying, hey, look, hey, you doing all of this wicked shit to us, but guess what? Hey, who's going to save you when you stand before the Most High Heavenly Father? You know, who's going to deliver you? Hey, you're going to be tormented. You're going to get fucked up, because that's exactly what's going to happen to Esau. But if you maintain your integrity and you trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, hey, the Lord will deliver you. And even if you have to suffer a death, an honorable death, hey, the Lord is still going to deliver you, because you're going to raise up, all right? Because there's a such thing as a resurrection, and you're going to be the first on those chariots, man.
Okay. I
got more than Daniels.
Yeah.
Let me finish Daniels real quick.
Okay.
This is Daniels 3 and verse 16. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee on this matter. If it be so, our power whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, he will deliver us out of thy hands, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. So they were willing to die rather than fucking serving the golden image, rather than bowing down to Nebuchadnezzar.
Not to cut you off, so I think somebody's phone or something close to
It's echoing bad.
Anybody got a computer running or some other kind of device running?
I think it's Inaz. Every time somebody talks, it
My
goes
phone,
up on Inaz.
Elder Karab is on my phone.
Okay. Try turning your volume down just a little bit.
Okay, Kyle.
And Shalom, Elder Karab.
Yeah, Shalom, Elder
Shalom.
Come.
Yeah, I had a scripture.
Come with it, Elder.
Okay, go ahead, Art.
Uh-huh.
Okay. This is deep. Hold on. And this is James 5:10. Says, "Take some brethren, the prophet, who has spoken in the name of the Lord, for example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. Behold, he counted them happy which endure, and have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of life, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy." Yeah.
Okay. Lucky. No, that's lucky. That feedback is bad. I hear you, Elder. Well, what scripture was that again? If the Elder have a scripture, we'll just read it for him, and then you can break it down. You know, that way we don't get the feedback from the phone. What scripture was that?
It was James 5:11, and behold, started 10. Okay, James 5:10. Take my brethren, the prophets who have spoken in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, for example of suffering, affliction, and patience. And behold, we count them happy with first the patience of Job, and have sent the end of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, that Yahweh is very pitiful and tender in mercy.
Yes, so these scriptures will be the comfort, man. You have to be example of the scriptures. Lord, you trust in the Lord, what the Lord gives you to make fit situation. Like the brother read in the section. Who was disappointed of trust in the Lord?
Real.
Yeah.
God, that's true.
Faith is impossible to please him. You gotta have faith in Yahweh Shem Shai, man.
That's right.
You know,
All right, that's all we got in the end. That's our claim to our inheritance is through this faith, man. You know, you got cats that can't even claim they don't have faith on this side, so they're gonna be destroyed. All right, and in that destruction, they're gonna have to come back in the kingdom. All right, because faith is the key to unlocking this inheritance, man. If we have faith until the end, whether that be by martyrship or until the period of time, whatever your lot is, you know, whatever the Most High's lot is, we can't please Yahweh and Yahweh Shai without faith, man. This is necessary for us to transcend into the next kingdom, man. You know that they don't understand the seriousness of having faith. That's necessary. That's all we have in the end. We ain't got nothing else to show. What you gonna do when they cash you out your house? What you gonna do when you can't eat shit? You know, you think you're doing bad now? You're gonna have nothing but faith, and through that faith, we're gonna make sure we eat. But those that don't have faith, they're gonna be messed up like them in Venezuela, eating out the trash and shit. You know, eating human flesh and shit like that because they have a desire into that flesh. You know?
And you know what?
I got precept for
Hey,
you.
that happened many times in history. You know, when the land of Israel was besieged, you know, and there was armies that came up against it. Like for an example, during 70 AD, when you read the account of 70 AD in the book of Josephus, you know, it gives you an account of a people were raiding people's house. The Israelites were raiding each other's houses if they seen what just appeared as a shadow of food. But there was an account of a woman who killed her baby, and she ate half of it, and she saved the other half for the people that were robbing and pillaging. And when they went to because they smell food, and when they went to eat the baby, you know, I'm sorry, when they went to go and get the food, you know, she was like, look, you know, I ate half of it, I saved half of it for you. And the people, they felt fucked up after that. You know, hey, cannibalism is coming back, man. You're gonna have men, women, and eating their children, you know, because they don't put faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. People, that's the reason why brothers need to be in the spirit of fasting and praying, man. All right, so that you can be when those times come, you can go. The average person can't go 3 hours without eating food, man. Right. 4 to 5 hours without eating food. You'll be able to go a day and two. You'll be able to go 3 days, 4 days, man. But you're gonna have people eating their children for the lack of bread.
Yep, they already doing it in Venezuela, man.
I got
a video. I repost that, man. All right, now they had that video that was on YouTube. Got the man in his cell eating another man, and the motherfucker's not even fucking dead yet. That man was partially alive, and he's munching on it. And they showing it. That shit wasn't that didn't have a million views on YouTube. That video, the original live, it was the original feed I got it from was off of a Issacharite page, and it was in all Spanish. So you know it ain't getting no views like that. All right.
I got a precept for y'all too about the famine.
Go ahead.
No, my fault. This is Second Kings chapter 6 verse 26. It said, as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, help my lord, O king. And he said, if the Lord do not help thee, when shall I help thee? Out of the barnyard, out of the winepress. And the king said unto her, what alive thee? And she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son that we may eat him today, and we may eat him, my son, tomorrow. So we boiled my son and did eat him. And I said unto her on the next day, give thy son that we may eat him. And she said, and she had hid her son. And say, and it came to pass when the king heard the words of the woman, that he rent his clothes and he passed by upon the wall, and the people looked, and behold, he had sackcloth within upon his flesh. Salakia. So yeah, that just goes into what y'all talking about, man, about how You know, there's gonna be famines coming back. All right, just like how one of the brothers mentioned about Venezuela. All right, them people over there, man, which those are Israelites. All right, by the way, they're over there eating animals and shit like that out of the zoos, man. And those are articles from that was coming up a couple of months ago, man. So ain't no telling what they doing now. More than likely, it's probably cannibalism.
I got something for you real quick, God. This Isaiah 9:20, and he shall stretch out the right hand on the right hand and be hungry, and he shall eat on the left hand, and they shall not be satisfied. They shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm.
Beautiful.
Manasseh and Ephraim, Manasseh, and they together shall be against Judah, for all the anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. So the Lord's anger is stretched out still upon his nation. That's why a man is going to look at his right hand and be like, I'm right-handed. And you're like, I don't use my left hand that much, and eat it, man. Like they show in the road when they came up on the Jake and he had nuns for his finger because he'd eaten his own hand. That's how bad the famine is going to get. It's going to even get worse than it was in Israel when they was selling, what was it, bird shit for food?
Yep. This that same chapter,
What was that again? What was the chapter?
Hey, niggas was eating each other's ears in Venezuela.
Yeah,
that was still alive.
The dude was still alive, man.
Yeah.
They busted him in his head with a bludgeon object. They were just filming my man's lunching on him, you know, like the motherfucker, like, well, he made an Oscar Mayer bologna and shit.
There's gonna be a lot of them. What's that nigga's name? Oh, who was that killer? It's gonna be a lot of Jeffrey Dahmers, man, killing people and eating them.
Eating ass and shit.
Yeah, that's why they make that's why they make the movies like
that. Ass meat on some white bread. Ass meat, white bread. Man.
They somehow still think that this is a joke, and they don't understand the fear of the Lord. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, what the Lord say? He'll laugh at them when they calamity come, man.
That's right.
This is a big movie for the Most High. You understand? This is his movie. If you got to play guy eating a raw, another person decapitated head and ass, that's your role. You know, when the script come at the end, when they show everybody's name in the role, like Thug 1, lottery store owner 2, you know what I'm saying? Right. You got to be the guy that ate another man's face. Number 3, that's the role that you called to play.
Number 3.
Yeah, that was your script.
Because you ain't in the first one. The first one got some screen time. You know, that's what he did. He ate motherfucking faces. But that's coming back in style, man. This is what you called to do. This is what you called. This is the role that you called to play now. This is what we got to deal with, man. Even as our role. You thought we walked up and said, "Hey, man, you know what? We had aspirations too. I want to be warrior at least number 3. God damn it! He said that wasn't his will. Most I said, hey, you know what? Back with all of that. This is what I have set aside for you to do, and here we are to this very day, pushing his word, man, and loving it. We loved it. I'm glad. Hey,
I got a precept for you, Ak.
Go ahead, Ak.
Salaki, Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. It says, "Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way?" You got it, man.
I mean, you want to at least be warrior 144,000.
That's right.
143,999.
That's right.
One of them warriors, then your chances is dismal.
Or the 1/3, be a part of that.
Right, yeah, if you're part of the 1/3, but that can be up in the air because now you leaving it up to something else. You leaving it up to chance. And so you try to be at least 144. Because if you're not part of that 1/3, which you leaving up to chance, then hey,
Russian roulette.
Exactly, Russian roulette.
Shit.
I got something real quick. This is St. John 15:16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he shall give it. So
Wait a
the
minute,
Lord,
didn't the Christians say that all you got to do is accept sweet Jesus and you can be saved?
that ain't what the hey it says, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you. The Lord
That's right.
the Lord ordained us, just like the wicked was ordained. I got something real quick just to prove that the Lord ordained all this. This is Jude 1:4. For there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation. So whatever position you get, whatever your lot is, that's been ordained from beginning. All the way from the beginning, the Most High has set the script for his movie. He set it up for, like the brother said, for you to be the person to eat somebody else's asshole, man. You that's what you set up to do, man. That's what the Lord has set you up to do. If you
Hey,
it
might not be the best role, damn it, but it might be cast call. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, the Lord
can't get out of that role. You know, you can't everybody can't be Wilson.
Hey, Ezekiel had to eat shit, so hey.
Right. Exactly.
whatever your role is in this movie, you can't fight against it. Like it say in Romans, the Lord has the power over the clay.
Powder in the clay.
He's the one who controls all this, man. Whatever your role is, you gonna play it.
Real
Just
quick,
like in the movie.
Got one for you, like real quick. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 23. It say, "Oh Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in men that walketh to direct his steps."
Wow.
Oh, I got something for you real quick.
Nothing special. Ain't nothing that we did so special that we went about this our way. This was all orchestrated to happen, man. Every turn, you know what I'm saying? Every obstacle that the Most High brought us over, all this was set up by Him. And guess what? He's interested. This is a good movie, man. This is a good movie. This is a movie I would love to look back at in the kingdom if I could.
Hella rewinding.
Great movie.
I got something right off of that for you. This is Job 23 and verse 13. But he is in one mind, and who can turn him? And what his soul desires, even that he do it. For he performeth the things that is appointed for me, and much such things are with him. Therefore I am troubled at his presence. When I considered it, I am afraid of him, because Job knew he had no control over his life. It was all up to the Most High. It was all up to the Heavenly Father for what he to do. He said in verse 14, he said it plainly. He performs the things that is appointed for me. So if it's appointed for you to go left, right, upside down, it's Yahweh Bashim Shai is going to perform that. There ain't no free willness. The man's goings are of the Lord.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
I got a quick precept. This is Isaiah 66:4. I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them, because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear, but they did evil before mine eyes, and chose that which I delighted not. Now he said he chose their delusions, but he also chose them not to hear, and not to listen. So hey, he chose everything. That's the role that they were meant to play in the first place.
I got something for you too.
And that's a scary role to have to play.
As a fearful role, man.
You know, that's your role. You got to play the role of the guy that can't see shit. Can't get right.
Judas.
You gotta play. Hey, you gotta play. Can't get right without getting the Edomite. You know.
I got something for you real quick. This is Job 12:16. With him is strength and wisdom, and the deceived and the deceiver are his.
Hey, that's beautiful.
Got a precept.
Hey, that's beautiful. Job was on it, man. Job was playing. You know, he played a major role in that movie, man.
This is Just to lamb back off the Akim, that's been bringing out those precepts about how the Most High Heavenly Father direct our ways. All right, this is Psalms 139:1. It says, "O Yahweh, thou hast searched me and known me. Thou knowest my downsetting and my uprising. Thou understanding my thoughts afar off." So the Most High Heavenly Father, hey, he understands our thoughts before they even are in our minds. Why? Because he put them there. It says, "Thou compassest my path and my lying down, and art acquainted with all my ways. For there is not a word in my tongue, but lo, O Yahweh, thou knowest it altogether. Thou hast beset me behind and before, and laid thy hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high. I cannot attain it." And the scriptures say that a fool cannot attain it unto knowledge because it's too high, And here it is. That's the reason why, when you tell guys or you tell anybody that the Most High Heavenly Father had already had it set up for them to perform or do whatever they were doing that day, they can't believe it. They can't comprehend it. It says, "Whether shall I go from thy spirit, or whether shall I flee from thy presence? If I ascend up into heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there shall thy hand lead me, and thy right hand shall hold me." So the Most High Heavenly Father guides our ways. That's the reason why in the book of Job, it tells you, I want to say it's Job 33:15.
That's right.
It says when you're dreaming upon your bed, when you're in the deep vision of the night, the Most High Heavenly Father sendeth your instructions, man. The Most High Heavenly Father is already downloading into your mind, into your psyche, and programming you what to do. So it ain't nobody out there that can say that they have freedom from the Most High Heavenly Father. That they're just doing their own thing. Nobody has liberty or free will, man. That's it. That's something that was a false teaching from Esau, man.
Because that's the delusion that Esau's under. That, everybody got free will. Do what thy will. That's why they can become an atheist until they find out that the Heavenly Father hates their ass.
Right. Yeah, we get that shit a lot. They got that art prize. This is our busiest time of the whole year, man. Every year they bring that art prize around. You got thousands upon thousands of devils and other nations and heathens that come from all around the world, man. To come to this little motherfucker, man. And then, man, it should be wild as hell. It's like a wildfire. That one dry ass devil with the dry skull ass devil, once he catch on fire, the rest of these devils catch on fire because, hey, man, when they're in a large crowd, they feel like, they actually feel like that delusion that's on their mind. They play their role well. The devil played the best bad guy, and not knowing that, they have an end that's really devastating, man. It's gonna be something else to see the look on their face, and they really get mad at that time. Like it'd be 100 people around us sometimes. I was like 50 or something. Sometimes, and it gets so intense because they hear they don't have salvation. 2/3 of people hear that they're gonna have to die, and that makes them angry at us. Which in return they're really angry with the Most High, so he's gonna repay them with destruction. All right, but I got Psalms 91:5, if you don't mind. It says, "Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day." Right, and that day of destruction is coming soon. All right, we have faith in Yahweh Shai in His word. So we understand that whatever happens in that day, whether He deliver us or whether we be a martyr, we don't really fear those things anymore. The longer that we in this, and we push this word and we rehearse these righteous acts, the stronger our spirit is prepared for this day to come, man. You got cats, it's like getting hit in your stomach off guard and getting the wind knocked out of you. I would at least like to brace myself, you know what I'm saying? Do some sit-ups and shit,
I got one.
Work yourself up so we can spiritually and mentally be held together through these things because it's going to unwind your mind. The things
I
that
got
you're
one
going to
for
see
you.
to come.
I got one for you.
Salakia, the elder want to come out with a precept right quick.
Okay.
Go ahead, elder.
Oh no, yeah, going back to what said by
Proverbs what?
That's what the Lord help I'm saying came to the so-called rule for the wicked. Proverbs 21 and to the Lord. All right, listen. It said the king's heart, Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is to the Lord as the river of water, turning it wherever he will. So king's heart, the king of the time. He saw the lead back family, man.
What?
Were alive, which is your mind. So, doesn't have any free will either. And the Most High wants them to do that. Bring that chip, try to bring that new order. You know, the Lord is having us doing that, man. You know, he saw them have no control of themselves, man. Right? So, you know, it's all things in the scripture is going to be fulfilled. Because why? Lord, it's the script. That's why it's called the script, man. You know,
God.
it's a script.
Right.
You know, everybody has their role. Wicked.
Salakia, Akim.
Both sides elect, man.
Hey, Akim, I'm about to sign off. So I'm gonna say Shalom, Yahweh, Shema, Shabbat, Shemar, Kakodash, Barakah.
Con, I gotta go as well. My phone acting crazy.
All right.
Okay,
Shalom, Akim.
Shabbat, Kakodash, Barakah.
Shabbat, Shemar, Kakodash, Barakah.
Hakan, Shalom, Akim, Yahweh, Shema, Shabbat, Shemar, Kakodash, Barakah. The water for let me tune in, y'all.
Like the water, Akim.
Kakan, Lord willing, we do another one.
Good.
Shalom, y'all. Keep going hard, y'all. Shalom.
Keep pushing the truth, brother. I got a quick precept. Daniel 4:17. By the decree of the watchers and the man by the word of the holy ones, and that the living know that the Most High ruleth the kingdom of men and give it to whoever he will, and he set it up over the basis of men. And this kingdom is going down.
Yeah, there's a basis.
You know, the man is running things right now, but it's going down. This kingdom is dwindling. It's going down the drain right now.
Circling the drain. Who was that? That was the comedian George Carlin that said that. He said America's circling the drain. You know, I was like, damn, I remember that too, man. But I used to do that Bill and Ted fan and shit back in the day. You looking at that all that shit. But George Carlin was a good comedian, and that's why, you know, a lot of people to this day they think that, you know, allegedly he may have been taken out because you know the things that he was saying at the time. You know, you didn't have a lot of comedians on that platform saying those things, you know. They get to a point where, you know, they get up in their age and they know so much, they just don't care no more, you know. They're ready for that. And that's pretty much what we are now. We basically at the point where we age in the spirit enough to understand that, hey, whatever happens in this thing, man. In the end, it's all about what our role is and doing what Yahweh Shem Yahushua has ordained for us. I just want to play that role the best I can. Whatever role it is, you know what I'm saying? I just want to play. We are trying to play it the best that we possibly can, you know? But then in the end, we are trying to, you know, the elect is working for that, what they say, that spiritual Oscar, you know what I'm saying? We get our Oscar in the kingdom, man. You know, you're not looking for no little bald-headed ass Edomite statue on this side. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't even made of gold. That shit, you know, that's what the joke is. They do all that wickedness to get that one idol statue, and they don't do shit with it. All they do is sit up on their mantle, you know, some cheap ass trophy that they made somewhere. you know, it's a bunch of bullshit, man.
Right. I mean, Jake on this side, they really just want recognition from Esau, but they don't realize that they better than Esau. And then when you tell them that they better than Esau, they don't want to hear it. They want to cuss you out for telling them that they above Edomites, you know?
Yeah, I dare you tell me I'm a king, brother. You're like, hey, you know what, man? That's all right. If you want to be a nigga, then you go ahead and be a nigga, man. I'm not gonna stop you from being a nigga.
And then you turn on you turn on RT News and you see them laying down on the ground with 7 Edomite foots on their back, you know.
Hey,
but here it is. but here it is, you know. They didn't want to be an Israelite, but they rather be in Esau's society and let Esau trample all over them. You know, these people. That's the reason why the scripture says this in the book of Isaiah. It's Isaiah 1 and 5. All right, because Jake would rather be a slave. All right, they love captivity. Let me see. Salaki, I'm gonna find it.
Right, because I mean, it's not just that they love captivity. It's Jake love being lazy and not doing shit. Jake love not having responsibility because, you know, I mean, I figure Jake don't want to be an Israelite because now he got a responsibility. He got a duty to uphold if he's an Israelite. But if he's just a black or African American, he can just be a nigga in the United States. There's a random nigga that don't have to do shit that Esau can take care of.
Yeah, Jake they love oppression. You know, they love being under Esau. You know, this is Jeremiah 2:14. It says, "Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled?" You know. Jake ain't no we're supposed to be the ones that are on top, man. Jake don't have no ruling class mentality. They don't have no desire to be in power or to rule the world. They'd rather be under Esau. You know, which goes into what you said. Yeah, Jake they don't like responsibility, man. You know, but also they're trimming their ways to seek love, like it said later on in the same chapter. In the 33rd verse, they want to be accepted of all of these other nations that hate them, man. No, so they'll stoop to the lowest of the low just to be accepted of Esau.
And Jake actually proved that during in 2 Samuel, I believe it was, when they're like make us a king, and Samuel's like, hey, what? The Heavenly Father, the Most High is your king. What the hell are you talking about? Jake is adamant about, hey, we want a king like the other nations, and we ain't like the other nations. Fuck the other nations, you know.
Hey, our heritage is better than. Hey, man, y'all let these niggas, man. You let them go ahead and please they slave master brothers. Let them go ahead and make Uncle Esau happy. All right, that's what they did in their past life. They was some Ku Klux Klan member house niggas, man. Let these house niggas be incarnated and please they master, man. All right, I can't believe y'all brothers, man. Judge not, brothers. Hey, for real. They came back in the reincarnation as that same Uncle Tom, Tomahawk, and Tamale that they were back in the day. That's the same shit that they are today. That's why they gotta be destroyed, man. That was they, man. What's hard don't give a damn about them, man. You know? Oh, sorry, I care about them. That's why they had such a, because for the Most High not to show you that he's coming back to do this destruction and to cause you not to believe. Didn't he harden Pharaoh's heart? He hardened Pharaoh's heart just so he can display his power. I was reading that to my my children. What was it, last night, man? You know, he hardened Pharaoh's heart just so he can display his power to the world. How much more some monkey ass niggas, man? Okay.
Hey, well, hey, he's hardening Esau's heart. Hey, like it says in Romans, like it says in Romans, the 9th chapter, verse 17, it says, "For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for the same purpose have I raised thee up, that I may show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth." You know, so the Most High Heavenly Father has set Esau, you know, Edom, to rule in these last days. And through Esau, Edom, the Most High Heavenly Father is going to declare his power and make his name known, man. All right, when he take them down, you know, because he's hardening Esau's heart the same way. That's the reason why the scripture tells you, you know, in the time that their iniquity had an end. You know, here it is, our iniquity and our captivity is over, but Esau is still keeping us here, man. He refusing to let us go. And guess what? And he even wants to RFID chip some of us and put to death the rest of us. You know, so what does that tell you? That tells you that the same thing is going on. All right. And what did the Most High Heavenly Father do in Egypt? That's the reason why in the book of 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter, you know, it tells you that the Lord is going to visit Egypt again with plagues. That's not talking about that dusty ass sand field place that's over in the Middle East, man. All right, that was ruled by Hamites until they were taken down by Edomites, and now you got uncircumcised Arabs living in the land, man. That's talking about America. That's talking about spiritual Egypt. And the Most High Heavenly Father is getting ready to visit this place with plague.
Hey, that's some confusing ass shit. That's how the Most High got to come back. Yahushua got to come back, because that's silly as hell. You got the Hamites. All right, you got the so-called Sunni people to this day, all right, which were the original Egyptians, man. You got them out of their territory, and it's filled with, like you said, a bunch of these, you know what I'm saying, uncircumcised heathens, man. All right, dwelling in their land, calling themselves by the title that was given, which is Egyptian, you know, because we know that they are Mizraim in the scriptures. All right, so they wearing this title and shit. And then you got the so-called what is they called? The so-called Jews, which are Amalekites, and our original land, and us over here in America in captivity into the four corners of the globe in captivity, while we got a homosexual devil in our homeland, man. You know what I'm saying? Claiming to be the chief tribe and disannul the rest of the tribe, man. It's utter confusion, man. That don't even make no goddamn sense.
Exactly. So like Akim, I'm gonna head out. The water for inviting me to the lesson, and I'm gonna talk to y'all later. How about you, y'all? Shout out to the Papa Dog Thumb, Akim.
Shalom, Mark.
Hey, the water brother joining in.
Oh, the water for inviting me.
Hey, brother, as soon as it's done, I'm gonna send put the link in your group chat.
Con. All right, shalom, Akim.
All right, shalom.
How you even do this? I don't even know how to do this. Hey, I'm new to this, so hey.
The chilling and shit, it still be on.
Yeah.
This is Proverbs 19:1. It says, better is the poor that walketh in his integrity than he that is perverse in his lips and is a fool. All right, and these perverse lips, you claiming to have knowledge of something that you have no knowledge of, which is his word, and you claiming to be somebody that you're not. You know, you got men claiming to be the prophets of the Lord, or claiming to be saved. You know what I'm saying? Or they saying that you know, Allah is the one true God. All these things are perverse. A man's supposed to be with another man. All right, the Most High, that he literally made those people a fool. Those are foolish things to say. All of those things. That just shows that the Most High disregards you. You're a fool, man. The Most High doesn't care about a fool, because they can't even see the day of destruction coming. And they made the comparison as like seeing, you can go outside and you can see the rain is about to come. You can see, oh shit, it looked like it might be a tornado somewhere. You know, we can perceive those things. With a fool, they're gonna keep going on about their business. You know what I'm saying?
God, that's the reason why we considered spiritual weathermen. You know, we're the spiritual weathermen. We're seers.
What did it say? ICBM showers heavy, and 90% to 100% of America, and whatever other parts of the globe. You know,
I got a precept for you. It's Matthew, the 16th chapter, verse 3. Matter of fact, I'll start at 2. it says, he answered and said unto me, when it is evening, ye say, it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning, it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times?
Right. You can't even perceive it. That's why you have men that's established to tell you what's going on. And even then, if you're still not able to see it, then that just means your role is to be destroyed. You have spiritual weathermen, as the brother said, and the Most High has us able to see physically and spiritually the big storm that's right before us. The sky is red, you got blood moons. Hey man, guess what? Something big is about to happen in the world. And you still just casting it behind your back. And I'm mainly talking to you 2/3, because we expect the devil to do that. But 2/3 of our people, you casting this behind your back and shit like it's nothing. Knowing that you have a great inheritance, like the brother was saying earlier. We sit here telling you that you actually have a royal bloodline, man. All right? We are royal people. We are the Lord's chosen people, and you take offense to that shit. You would rather be on this side comfortable and this foolish slavery, man. This wicked ass bullshit. And it's only gonna get worse, man. And you still cannot see. Most High is cold worse. You understand? This is Proverbs 19:5. Says a false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall not escape. Right. Piggybacking off of, land back off of something that was the scripture that was read earlier. You know, when it comes down to it, man, you're not going to escape. All of these lies and all of these things that you go forth telling are the perverse words that come out of your mouth. All right, and you actually believe on that so much that you would rather hold on to that deception than coming back into your right mind, so to speak. Hey, the Most High blinded you, you know, and you can't escape it. You're not going to escape the destruction that's to come. You can't escape it mentally right now, you know. At least we can't escape it physically right now, but mentally, the Most High has freed our minds, you know. And we've become servants to him. So we have authority and power through the Spirit. And we exercise it righteously, you know, or to the best of our ability, I
Hey, I got a precept right quick. 2 Peter 2:5. And he spared not the old world, but saved Noah and 8 persons, a preacher of righteousness, bringing the flood upon the world of the ungodly. And the apostles and elders, Great Millstone, been saying that it's a flood of fire coming to this place. But y'all ain't listening. You know, y'all still think that y'all still got time. But hey, we in them last days. And when these wicked times come and this sudden destruction hit this motherfucker, hey, y'all, the Most High made y'all that way, so y'all be with a sword. Turn the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ash, just condemning them with an overthrow, making them a sample to those that should live ungodly. And hey, this world is wicked and wickeder day by day. It's more wicked. To have seen them from the beginning. When I first came in this truth, you know, what's that scripture? Show your press to make a wise man mad. Hey, I get mad more and more that I study my scriptures and do this work because I see more wickedness that y'all going about in y'all doings.
And that's great. What is this? The acquiring of this wisdom is a great weariness to the mind of time. You know, because we have to, but that's what our scripture also goes and says here's the patience in the face of the thing. Because we're being patient right now. Patience is suffering, right? We're displaying faith by going out to the highways and the hedges because we actually working, you know, the field for and to reap the reward in the next kingdom. You know, we don't want that. I mean, honestly, the riches on this side is so corrupted. You know, it's really no reason to chase it. It's false riches. This is Psalms 7 and 8. It says, Yahweh shall judge the people. Judge me, O Yahweh, according to my righteousness and according to mine integrity that is in me. All right? It takes a lot of integrity to turn down a chip. It takes a lot of integrity to seek the Lord and to be looked at as a fool in this society, you know? They ridicule you in this place by many different things, especially where you stand socially, all right, and your spiritual beliefs, all right. You know, they hold us in the fort or in the same group as they hold Muslims, man. You know, so that's a bad thing. That's not a thing, you know. And everybody, look, that's the new bad guy in every movie now is the Arabs or somebody of Muslim descent. Pretty soon, these movies that they have, we're going to be playing those roles in the time to come. You know,
hey, well,
they mark this terror.
Hey, you got hey, that scripture says that the love of many is waxing cold. While you're on that topic, there was a I think I want to say it was Massachusetts or somewhere like that. The other day, you had a person that there was an active shooting going on somewhere. Maybe that was Wisconsin, and then today in Philly, you had a woman at a Rite Aid facility who killed 3 of her coworkers, man. You know, so the love of many is waxing cold. I know you're saying that Jake is the new, you know, they're about to make Jake the new face of terrorists, but the actual terrorist in the world right now is Edomites, man. It's a so-called white man. You know, there was an article about maybe a week ago where it says that within Britain that the so-called white man or so-called white people were becoming the new face of terrorism. You know, and they're not the new face of terrorism. All right, they always been the terrorists within the world, man. You know, they're the ones that's defiling the world, that's bringing devastation and destruction to the world, man. They're the one that's doing all of the killing, that has been doing all of the rape, robbery, and murder. You know, dropping bombs on nations, warring against nations. All right, they're the biggest pedophiles, defiling the food. All right, what did they do to the Native Americans when they came over here? What did they do to the so-called Negroes? All right, to the tribes, man. They terrorized them. So Esau is the true face of terrorism. When you see a so-called cracker, a white man, that's the face of terrorism, man.
Hell yeah, that pale face. Look, that's the face of death. That's why they worship those goddamn skulls and shit all the time. Every time you look up, he might got a tattoo of a skull on his goddamn arm, or, you know, got a skull insignia on his stick shift and his Corvette. You know, all kind of shit, man. That pale ass face devil, man. That's a problem. That's a sign of death, man. All right, that you pale devil. You know what I'm saying? That red horse as well. Shit. This is Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keeping at home. He enlarges his desire as hell and as death. He is as death. Goddamn Grim Reaper looking motherfuckers, man. All right, you see this pale ass face? I mean, death is around this motherfucker, because don't they already look like they wasted away? Wasted is heat. What happens with your pigmentation when your ass die? It wastes away. Hell, look at Aretha Franklin, big ass, laid up in that casket with her 12 different apparels that they changed her in to preserve her pale, big, beastly ass body. All right, that was wasted away. When you see somebody look like that, it's time to go. Or it's time to kill this motherfucker.
Con, hey, and you got a lot of Jakes that still love Esau. That's the reason why I want to say Isaiah 28 chapter, it says, "In your covenant with death and hell shall be disannulled." You know, and they're really trying to lock themselves into a covenant with death and hell by way of taking that RFID chip. Now, death and hell in that book, in the book of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, isn't talking about literal death and hell. The scripture says in the book of Proverbs, it says, death and hell can never be satisfied. And that's the reason, that's a way that the so-called white man is. You know, in the book of Obadiah, as well as in the book of Jeremiah, the 49th chapter, it tells you that if grape gatherers came to you by night, will they not take until they had enough? You know, but this devil takes and he 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 never leaves anything left. You know, but what's going to happen to him? And he's going to be cast alive in that lake of fire. All right, like it says right here in Revelation, the 20th chapter, verse 13. It says, and the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. And they were judged every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. So how can you, if hell is supposed to be a place where you burn in fire, how can you cast fire in fire, man?
Right.
That has to be talking about an actual person, which it is. It's talking about the so-called white man. Because wherever he goes, he brings death and destruction, man. You know, that's the reason why the scripture also tells you about the son of perdition. You know, he's a son of destruction.
The man of sin has been revealed. God damn. You are the man of sin. That means you are the face of sin. You are the poster child of sin, basically. To put it in layman's terms. I mean, you are the poster child. Whenever somebody think about sin and shit, they should think about the so-called white man. Because he is the man of sin, right? Continue Habakkuk 2 and 3. Continuing on, it said, he neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell. They had every continent on this planet, man. They have a garrison of posts on every continent in this planet. Okay, except for Iran. I mean, well, that country in itself, they don't have one in Iran, and you know they're trying to establish one in North Korea. You know that's why they're pushing North Korea so hard, because they want to put that garrison there. You know, and what do you become then? You know, now you become what is that called? If you don't mind, I'm missing the word right now. When another nation conquers you, and you have to pay them and resources and taxes. The word slipped my mind. But basically, that's tributaries. All right, they want to make these the rest of the nations tributaries. Once they place a garrison within your land, that means that if you act a fool at any point in time, you can snap a finger and have your place, your city destroyed within a matter of days from the inside out. It's one thing when you're from the outside in, because you don't have any surveillance within the limits, so you don't know what they have. You don't know what they expect.
That's the reason why they're putting U.S. embassies in other countries, you know, so that they can have their military position in different places, and then also, you know, it's a show of their power in that region, man. You know. But I'm getting ready to sign off. Hey, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Kakodash Barakatam. Shalom, Makim.
Y'all Bashim Yahushai Bashim Kakodash Barakatam.
Ahabatam. Shalom.
Shalom, Mark.
Shalom.
Yeah, man.
I got a precept. Talking about these Edomites. Job 20 and 27, heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him, and the increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. And all these other heathen nations, they mad at you. I seen the other video where Elder Apostle Rumlock did a video where Samoan was telling bitch, you know, fuck you, get the fuck out of my country, you know, because you know they living delicious, and they living like motherfucking peasants in their own land. Hey, everybody tired of your motherfucking ass.
Yeah.
You know.
God,
You know,
they tired of
everybody.
bullshit. Hell yeah, everybody in a whole. I mean, shit. They all down with seeing this place be destroyed. You know, at first they're gonna be devastated. You know, because everybody gets something from this nation. You know, that nobody's gonna have that go-to nation to sell their goods to anymore. You know, because this is a primarily consumer nation. All right, you know, and
Hey,
it don't have
some of these
that.
countries don't even want the money
Exactly.
because they burn their money in the streets like it's paper, like
Right.
it's money.
Right. Because it's a fiat currency. It's fake. Now they trying to change it to a digital currency. You know what I'm saying? That shit is that's just thin air. I'm basically going off the strength of the word, you know, saying, hey, through these recorded invisible transactions, I have $5.6 billion. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? You don't even have physical wealth to prove that a lot of the times, man. It's basically going off an imaginary account. If you got, let's say you got Bitcoin, and let's say you have about 5 million Bitcoins. If that net goes down, you ain't got shit. You ain't got no gold. You ain't got no silver. All you got is the strength of your word, which ain't shit in this world. You know? That's why I say trust in uncertain riches.
The countries don't even trust this country anymore. You know, all of them putting sanctions up against Trump sanctions.
Hey, for real. You know, that shit is retarded. That trade war he going through with China, they just keep putting tariffs on each other and shit, all the way to the point where everything that comes from China is going to have tariffs on them, which is basically all the normal goods that everybody has. They're going to be sold at an inflated price because they're not made here. But then they try to make them knowing that people don't want to do certain jobs that these other nations do.
Because then everything is made in China or Taiwan or Korea. Ain't shit made here.
No, and then usually what it is, it's not good quality. So nobody, you know what I'm saying? Nobody is starting to what is that? Nobody's starting to Ford. You know, that name used to possess a certain vibration when you say it. Now you say you got to Ford anything, that shit is an embarrassment. You got what we call it, the acronym for Ford. When I was growing up was fix on regular days or something like on a regular daily or something like that. You know, because they had to always fix on Ford, you know, because there was always something wrong with it, you know. These American car brands, hey, look, you look at some of the most expensive cars, they're not American brands, they're not American made, you know, Bugatti and Bentley and all of this other shit, you know, Jaguar. Those aren't American companies, man. You know, this is
and cars, they grow in value as they get older. United States shit, they decline in value.
Right, because they made out of plastic. You know, plastic devalues. You know, if you have gold, I don't care what the market says, right? With that tangible metal that you have wealth on this side. You can see and feel that. And it's going to last. It's going to last over time. You have a plastic car like these new cars is made out of all this plastic and this fiberglass and all this bullshit, sheet metal basically. And you know that doesn't last a time. That shit doesn't last at all. You still see some cats with a 57 Chevy, and all they did was rebuild the engine and what replace the axle and the brakes and the tires, and man, that motherfucker was riding smooth. The spark plugs and shit, you know. Hey, that motherfucker's running hard because that is made out of metal, steel. You know what I'm saying? Die cast steel. Man. That was that.
A lot of these vehicles right now, they only give you a 10-year shelf life to that you can actually make money with these cars. You know, You know, if it's over 2 years, these companies don't allow you to use that vehicle to make money with.
Right. God. And that's if you run it right. Like if you putting regular in your tank, you fucking up. And that really is no matter what car you have, because it leaves a residue all throughout your engine. You know, it's filthy and it's watered down. You know, you should be going the next grade up. You know, in all actuality, you know, premium or what have you. It might cost you a little more, but your car is gonna burn slower, and your car is gonna function a lot better. You know,
and your gas is gonna last longer.
Exactly.
Because
that's why they on the
77, what is 87? You know, that shit have pollutants in it.
That's true. Got chips in it too. The way they will, if you look at the gas sign, it'll show the gas price. They usually just show the regular price and the diesel price. You know what I'm saying? They don't ever, you know, show you the premium price, and that's what you really need to go off of, because usually the difference in the gas price is based on what the premium is and not the regular. Because it used to be like 50 cents difference between it, then now it's like a 70 or 80 cent difference. That shows you that's what. But people looking at the regular go from 289 to 299 to 289. And then some days it'll go to 283 or something like that and bounce back up to 2. The premium price is is going up more and more. The distance is increasing, you know, but people don't see it because they keep playing with the regular price. That's not what you want, you know. You basically get what you pay for, you know. Pay the cost to be the boss. This is Nahum.
I was always told when it's for you, you know, don't be cheap when it's for you.
Right.
You know, it's just like why would you put something fucked up and it'll fuck your body up when it's for you. You know, you could be for somebody else. You know, you don't give a fuck what you spend on it, but it's something for you. You know, you should spend the best for it. Especially if you're consuming it.
Right.
That's the reason why niggas are dying right now off of cirrhosis of the liver and all kind of shit, because they're drinking all kind of shit that ain't even good for it.
God, look at that fluoride in the water. They made Kool-Aid. That shit smell fruity as a motherfucker. You know, because you know, like we were talking about last time, they mask the taste of something. You know, so people can indulge in that the thing that is destroying you the fastest. You know, eating them Doritos, you got every goddamn flavor but ass. You know, ass flavored Doritos coming soon. But the way this society is based as it is, yeah, you can imagine that. It probably really is coming soon. Hell, because now that you didn't pass homosexual marriage, and they trying to pass these pedophilia laws. Hey, Jeff talking about Jeffrey Dahmer, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you also said the base man is ruling this kingdom. So hey, man, I'm telling you right now, it's coming, man. This is Nahum 3:1. It says, "Woe to the bloody city! It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departed not." Right, because we can't go nowhere. We're stuck in this condition right now. You know. We are to pray at this point in time. The noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horses and of the jumping chariot. The horsemen lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their carcasses. It says they stumble upon the corpses, or their corpses. Right, and that glitter, and look, man, that glittering spirit that's coming right now, it's definitely going to be those nukes, man. ICBM missiles, right? When they go into a certain phase and you see that fire coming from the end of it, and they break apart. You know, even when those warheads break out of the missile, they come out of the head of the missile. I mean, that shit is a light show. You know what I mean? It says, and that's gonna cause a lot of death in this place. You know, anything that's on this continent will be destroyed. That's mass destruction. He says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, what we were talking about earlier, pharmacia are drugs, you know, which is the food and also these pills. Anything that doesn't have nutrients in it is a drug, because it only harms you. You know, like coffee. Coffee is a stimulant and it's a drug, you know, because it has no nutritional value. It make you shit, but you know, you got other natural things that you can take to make you do that, you know.
You said coffee out?
Yeah, coffee. Yep. Drinking straight up coffee.
You said coffee out?
Yeah. It don't have no nutrients in it. Drinking a cup of coffee, like the coffee beans itself, have a nutrients in it. But the process that they go through when they go through an unrefining process with a lot of these instant, especially with these instant coffees. And they take when they refine something, they take all the nutrients out. It makes it incomplete.
When they sunbake it, you know, it's actually good for you if you eat it raw without the bacon. It's a fruit.
Yeah, yes, it is. Yep. And that's what like cocoa. The cocoa leaf is the leaf they use to make cocaine. And I think that's in the Dominican Republic and different South American places with high elevation. What they do is chew on the cocoa leaf, and it helps with elevation sickness. It also gives you a little high, you know what I'm saying, but it's receiving it in its natural form. They just eat the leaves themselves. They're not snorting the white powder that's been manufactured in the lab and shit. You know, usually when you get something that's just pure white like that, it's because it's refined. Everything has some kind of color, you know? Like flour, bleach flour, you know, it's bleached on white sugar. All of those things have been bleached because they have all the natural nutrients that's within it, straight from it. Basically like Esau. That's why he's melanin in the skin. It wastes it away. Like, go ahead.
Like Esau got our people hooked on coffee, energy drinks.
Shit, motherfuckers dying of them energy drinks right now.
You know, Jake be drinking it, but you know, to a certain extent. But for the most part, you know, it's built for you to overdo it. You know, and consume it to the max. You know, that's where people be dying and shit. It's addictive. Sugar is addictive.
It is because it's a drug. Heroin is addictive. Cocaine. You know, depending on how when you smoke marijuana, you develop an addiction for it because you're consuming it wrong. It turns into a noxious fume when you receive it in your lungs, and it causes a lot of mucus. It still has some of the medical properties of it, but you know, I would rather have 99% to 100% of the nutrients or something if I can have it, then you know, to mess with it and do it and make it into something that's gonna cause different problems. You know, that's Esau's technique anyway. To treat you with one thing, but it has a side effect that causes something else in return. You know, that's not medically sound. Like this is Nahum 3 and 4. It says, because of the multitude of whorings of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, that filleth nations through her whoredom, and families through her witchcraft. And they go over there and they look at a lot of these, like in Puerto Rico, people don't know, which is a state of the United States. Puerto Rico is the largest pharmaceutical producer in the world. You know, that's where Esau produces all his pills out of in Puerto Rico. That's one of the head places. You know, they mass produce them, then they send them back over here. And also they go over there and you see a lot of these bombs that Saudi Arabia is using on Yemen. All right, they're going and they're reading the pieces that are left on the fucking bombs, and it says Lockheed Martin and all these different American manufacturers, you know, they basically selling all of these bombs to these nations to bomb other nations. You know, they hand it to everything. It says, "Behold, I am against thee, says Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame." Right, there's no secret that the Most High is not only left unhidden in this place. Everything is being brought forth. The pedophile world, how you gotta sell your soul, the Illuminati. All of these things are being exposed. Who really killed Kennedy? You finding out that Martin Luther King and Bear Rustin, that homosexual Bear Rustin was in league, and King was taken off to do what he did, and he was threatened to do so, to make himself. They would say that he, got down with Bear Rustin and did some homosexual shit. Yeah, they did that, man. And Bear Rustin was trained by the CIA, you know. So you finding all of these things out now because Most High is leaving these devils naked before he destroys them. You know, it says, "And I will cast Con, exactly every day. You know, that's why the Rothschilds hate the fact that the Most High made the internet, man. They think that they made it. No, the Most High is use you as a vessel to bring it forth. It says, "And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock." So the whole world, no matter where you are in the world, you will be able to see the destruction of this place come. That pillar of smoke will rise in the air, and everybody on the four corners of the globe will know when the destruction of this place is certain other places come. It's not going to be a mystery. It's not going to be hidden. It's going to be a gazing stock. Everybody's going to stop and look at it. Right now, everybody's going about their business and their daily lives. When that event comes, everybody's going to be looking. You know, you can imagine that everybody on the whole planet looking at the same thing, the same exact time. That's scary. You know, like on Independence Day when them chariots passed the clouds, everybody's eyes was just everybody. I don't get looking. Cars is crashing into like that cop pulled over. We got out his car, remember, and then that truck, he just stood out in the middle of the street looking up, and the garbage truck just smashed his car. You know what I'm saying? And he just looked at it like, "Oh shit!" But then he just looked right back up, like, you know, that's the time that we're coming into. Like, you know. And the Most High cast that abominable filth on its place, which is that nuclear waste, man. All right, he sent the waste to destroy it. Nuclear waste, whatever it touches, it contaminates. Yeah, come. Got anything else, brother?
No, I ain't got nothing, brother.
Got anything else?
But you got anything? Huh?
I was looking, but I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing knocking.
Okay, well, we can end it then. Hey, to today was a beautiful day right now because we just had brothers on this live stream in camps, and it was a beautiful day. And a lot of our brothers that joined the live stream, the water for scriptures and your wisdom, and we waiting on the day for we can get up out of this kingdom, and we can fellowship with each other face to face, and with our power. How about Shem Yahweh shine the kingdom? But until then, we got to steady push this truth out, man. We got to keep enduring these wicked devices that's made up to try to bring us down. But the scripture says the just will live by faith, and we enduring in this thing. And with that said, all praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, by Shem Kakadash, and double honors and blessings to GMS, and Shalom to the optimist, this truth with sincerity.
And until the next time, we bid you shalom.
Hey, Shalom.
Yeah,
Catch up later, brother. Shalom.